everyone, it's Lisa Liddy. I wanted to talk to you today about some of the very new Jamberry nail care products that were just released in the spring catalog. We've been asking for some of these for a while, and Jamberry listens, and they've come out with some great products to work with the nail lacquers and the nail wraps that we have. All these products will nourish your nails and enable you to have the best replication possible with the Jamberry nail wraps. So I'm going to refer to some of my notes, so if you see me glancing away, I'm looking at my computer screen just to make sure I cover the high points, because as I said, these products are brand new. I've used all 4 of them this week in my latest Jamacure, and like I said, I've been really impressed with them. So I'm going to start with the 2 pen related ones, and one is a cuticle remover in a click pen and the other is cuticle oil in a click pen format. So we'll start with the cuticle remover, and outside of the box it's this cute little mascara wand sized tube. Has a lid and a very soft brush on it. When you first get it, you'll need to click it 5 or 6 times to remove the air so that there's just liquid in there. After that, you'll find that you'll get a little bit, you can see I've got almost a little bit too much on here, but what I would do, pretend these nails are without polish, but before I do a new Jamacure, I would apply that on the cuticle and let it sit for a couple of minutes, and then I'll push my cuticles back, and then I'll wash with warm soapy water and dry. And that's key in this. You want to wash this off very well. So cuticle remover, why do you need that? I've talked about invisible cuticle since I learned about it this past summer at a regional conference. And when I first started applying my wraps around the sides, you can see, you can't see anymore, but around the sides and that, I would sometimes get bubbling or lifting after a couple of days. Wouldn't be there right away, and it wasn't very noticeable even, but I could feel it, and so it kind of drove me crazy. And what I learned is that that's called invisible cuticle, and we all have it to some degree or another, but it lays on the surface of your nail bed, and it can get in the way of a good seal for the wrap application or the replication. So we want to remove it, and in the past I've used, a gel-based cuticle remover that, I'd kind of squeeze on, and it kind of came on a little bit gloppy, and then I'd have it kind of all over my fingers and have to rush to the sink to rinse them off. The pen is so nice and controlled with the amount of product that comes out that that's no longer an issue of having too much product on there. So I can apply it to all 10 fingers, and then, like I said, wait 2 or 3 minutes, push my cuticles back, scrape off, anything that's there gently, and then go and wash my hands with soap and water and dry them and, be ready for the next step. I'm going to jump around a little bit. The cuticle oil is something that I don't use when I'm doing the first application of my wraps, but the next day and every day following on, I use cuticle oil a couple times a day, and that's to nourish my nail underneath the wrap. Now, nails don't breathe. They're made of layers of keratin, but they don't breathe, so they're not getting air when they're covered by a wrap. But with winter and dry weather, I live in Arizona, so heat, your nails and your skin becomes dehydrated, and so the way to fix that is hydration, either through more water, hydrating products, and one of those being a cuticle oil. And Jamberry has an awesome cuticle oil in a bottle, and you can see I've used quite a bit of this one. This is probably my 2nd bottle, but it's not exactly portable. It goes on like a polish, and sometimes that means you get too much product. It's not the kind of thing I can put in the car or stick in my purse and easily apply when I'm waiting somewhere. Unlike this very cool pen that I can take in the car. I've currently got one in the office, one by the bed, and one in my purse. so that when I'm out, stuck in traffic or waiting in line, I can just pull that out. And same process as the other pen, just give it a little click and then, apply a very light application of the cuticle oil on all my nails, rub it in, and it's not going to affect the application after the first day. I usually wait a day, but it will work its way under the wraps and keep them hydrated. So let's see, the cuticle oil pen, like I said, use daily. Contains safflower oil and cottonseed oil. Has a very light fragrance to it. Also has vitamin E in it. Let's see, what else? Both of those, they're very portable and convenient to be able to, tuck in your application kit to take with you if you're traveling, or just to have all together where you do your nails. Okay, so that's those two products. The other two products that were released, one is a non-acetone lacquer remover, and we've been asking for that as well. And the other is a nail prep cleanser, also non-acetone. So the nail cleanser is key to the preparation of applying a set of wraps. We talk about cleaning the oils off of your nails before putting wraps on, because that also can keep them from sticking properly. This is alcohol-based to remove residue and impurities. It's formulated with no additives, no conditioners. It has a pump top, one-handed, single-use kind of apparatus here. And so what that means is I can just give it a pump. Again, the first time you use it, you might have to do it a couple times, but after that, one is all you need. You can see that I've got that on here. I can flip it closed so I don't spill. That's key. I'm always knocking something over, it seems like. Then I can take this on my little cotton pad and run it over my nail, over each nail, and remove any oils, impurities, or leftover residue, whatever, before I apply my nail wraps. Now, this takes the place for me between the alcohol wipes that came in the little foil packs. Those were nice, but again, I live in Arizona and stuff evaporates while you're looking at it. So I could start my my nail application, and by the time I got around to doing that second hand, that little alcohol pad was dried out already. So I either wasn't getting the best, use out of it, or I'd have to go and use a second one. And then you've got the little foil things to get rid of, and so now I don't have to do that. I've got this, the flip top, one-handed use. Let's see. Okay. Where am I here? The lacquer remover is also a non-acetone. It has a slight pink color to differentiate it from the cleanser. And if you remember, we've talked about colored nail polish removers, lacquer removers. The color comes from a conditioner. And so that helps your nails to keep them from drying too much, but it also can inhibit the application of the nail wrap. So when you're removing old polish or old wraps with a lacquer remover, then you're going to come back through with the cleanser before you apply the wraps. So that's just kind of the process there. Let me see what else to tell you. It's a very gentle formula. Only 4 ingredients in this formula. If you look at the back, you can see that, like all lacquer removers in that, because it has alcohol in it, it's flammable. We got a recyclable bottle here, and not tested on animals, which is very important. No Jamberry products have been tested on animals. So the lacquer remover is one thing that's kind of cool with that. There's a number of different applications or processes for removing your wraps, and you find one that works best for you. In the past, I had been using, I'd heat up coconut oil and soak my nails in them and then ease off the wrap that way. But the other day when I was working with the lacquer remover, I did a little bit of, getting the edge a little bit loose there, never peeling, but kind of working it loose, and I had my cotton wipe with this on it and just worked it, kind of rubbing and pushing, and pushing against the wrap, and it literally kind of melted the residue or the adhesive away, and that wrap was off in no time and with no peeling damage. So works great, as a way to remove the wraps. What else can I tell you? I think that's it on these products. I'm really excited about them. For someone who is using the wraps and the lacquers, these 4 products just make perfect sense to go along with getting the perfect application. Thanks, and I hope if you have any questions, you'll let me know.